nice. I ordered balloons from your area over here. It's gonna be really beautiful. It's gonna be a day about love, and Sharon's got gigs already. She's gonna be a one-woman show. I'm gonna be the Richard Carpenter of the voice, because I do sound like, you know, I have the voice, so, you know, I'm like, I could do the ooh, ah, you know, that kind of stuff.
I've really never heard of, like...
Are you dreaming that's gonna give you a buzz? Because you're, like, looking at that lollipop, like... Come over here.
Where do you want me? I don't know if I could bring this mic that far, Dad. The wire.
Bring the mic. Use another mic. Use the mic that's right there in front of you.
This one's...
The other mic in front.
Danny, can you pull the table closer?
This one?
Yes.
Wow. I knew that.
Come over this way. Can you pull us over more, maybe?
Oh, I can't pull the table because he has it here.
You got us all?
Did you figure out how to share?
Can you put my ears on, Dad?
Just go to your front page.
What?
My ears.
And you should be seeing it
Working?
once we go.
I can't hear it. It's low.
I shouldn't see yet.
Like, I can't hear them.
I need volumes down, everybody.
Talk in your mic for a sec, Maureen.
10-4, 10-4, I'm here.
Okay, good. I like using the earphones because I like hearing myself.
Yeah, but you might be having headphones. That might be bad. So we aren't working with mine.
Where's my headphone?
They sound like they are better.
I like that too, so for some reason you just hear yourself better.
Or are they hers? I don't know.
Hello.
All right, they're a little loud. Let's try them. See.
10-4.
Anybody else want headphones?
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Okay, you need to just lower that. Just
A little bit?
yeah. I hear my echoing and everything.
Ouchie, mama.
Oh, mine loud in your ear too?
I'd rather not hear my voice through fireman advertised equipment.
I'm not loud.
I should bring you a crown, but that's okay. I want to save it
That's
for
it.
the best.
I've got enough voices bouncing around in my cranium.
I thought we're
Last night
doing
I
the
did a
crown you
stereo
said that Wednesday. Was it?
Come here, ready? We're going to do it here. We're having a St. Patrick's Day special right here. So that's the show, 13th. No, I'm sorry, the 6th. You available the 6th? Now you're available, right?
As of right now, I am. I should
Good.
be.
Okay.
Unless I have a
There's
job.
no backing out now. Gene, there's no backing out. We're doing a St. Patrick's Day special because the parade is that weekend. So we're doing a St. Patrick's on the 6th. So Sharon's going to give me a green background, glitter big green background, and we're going to crown Danny on this show.
So should I wear my... No, I shouldn't wear my dress then.
Yes, you should.
Wear my dress?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
Oh,
How should I have my hair just straightened?
However you want to wear it, sweets.
stretchy balls.
I'm going to crown you.
That's all I feel like.
Okay, guys, you should
Stretchy
see me.
bits.
Hello? You guys should all be on my page. Are you not?
Are
See
we...
each other? Can you hear each other?
I can hear each other.
Okay, you're going to see now.
All right, let me see if we're on Facebook.
Hold on.
Crazy shit.
Does anybody remember my PIN number for my phone?
Here it comes. Hold on.
I don't think you told us that, did you?
Well, it's the same as my PIN for my ATM card, which is...
I'm going to,
Is he a comedian?
who?
Okay.
I have a
I can
small
see
audience
it.
of 7 other personalities that laugh at me constantly in my head. And I tell jokes silently to all of them, and they're so attentive. And they don't like you. No, I'm like,
Dad, you gotta
Okay.
do a show with Dimitri. He's awesome.
Vincent, I tagged Anthony.
Wait, is
So
his
he
name
can see
Vincent or
it.
Dimitri?
I'm Dimitri.
He's Dimitri. Vincent is not here.
Okay.
But we're going to do a shout out for
Vincent's
him
the
too.
evil twin.
Okay, can you guys all see this?
Is he your twin brother?
No.
You should
we
be.
actually only met like a month
Refresh
ago.
Wait, I was like not a split personality. No.
Who, me?
No, you and Vincent.
Oh, honey.
No. Vincent's an actual human being.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, this could get confusing. He was supposed to be
Let's
here
go
today. He
to...
did actually suffer a physical. He has trauma to his foot. So,
Oh my God, that's horrible.
But he, you know, ironically, he does make it to a lot of
Hey, what is going
places.
on? Hold on. What's going on here with her?
But he's such a.
What's going on?
He's a volunteer.
With, can somebody figure this out for me?
Yeah, what do you need? I'm right here.
Figure this out for me.
Quick,
This is
give me a
Ruth Ann.
14-year-old.
Okay, Dimitri, do you see yourself on your front page?
Trying to find you.
Does she have the app? Is this the app? She does not have the app.
No.
You need to have the app for the
How do we
for the
get,
live.
How do we get the app for her?
Go to her page.
I'm gonna need a password because I have no idea what it is.
Oh, okay. So you can share it on her page like that, but she won't be
All
able
right.
to see it.
Well, I'll get it for you later.
Okay.
That's the only thing because
When
she
the
does
show
need
ends
the app.
and we take pictures, we'll show you how to
Oh,
get.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Ruth Ann. Yes, you do need a password.
But
See, but it comes
meanwhile-
up like this when you have the app. Like then you just hit play.
You look beautiful though. Look, really, you do. See,
I just keep hearing my voice right now.
beautiful. And your son is watching. Okay, so your son is watching
Hamilton
too.
Radio 3.0.
Oh yeah, the app. Oh yeah, you don't need to get that though.
And guys, if you can,
I mean, yeah, get the app, please.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, get the app.
if you can, when you
Yeah.
share it, if you can start a watch party, do that. Don't invite everybody. Just let the watch party invite. This way you don't.
All
have
right,
to
let me see.
yell that. Oh, I didn't want to be there. Just start a watch party. It'll come up, start a watch party, and then you just hit start watch party. It's simple.
Street Corner Serenade's on now, right?
We're doing good, guys.
Music-wise, I think.
Are we on 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, you're on 2. There's no. We took channel 3 and channel 4 away for the time being.
They went goodbye forever. No, I'm just kidding.
They're gone away for a little bit. Yeah.
So right now I got Sugar Ray playing.
That's a good song.
Yeah. Yep.
Glory, yeah.
Yep.
Dimitri, I don't know about you, but I'm a jazz person. I love jazz.
It's funny, my dad was a jazz musician.
I love jazz. Yes.
Russian jazz musician, just like
I get a lot of
Robin
jazz
Williams
around
and,
you.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Here we
I
go.
just watched that movie too. Was it Not Coming to America? It was the other one. Moscow on the Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with Robin Williams.
What a great movie.
Yeah.
You know, quintessentially an American love story. Immigrant-wise, but
Thank you, baby.
I just hear it in my ear.
I hear you. I hear too, cutie.
so I don't see the radio. Should I be seeing the live broadcast? at all?
It's on Facebook.
Let me see your. Let me see
Live,
your.
the live Facebook will be on Facebook. The thing we're pushing for is we want to make.
Dimitri,
sure
go
that
to your
we try
Facebook
get
page. Just,
all the channels on TuneIn.
Maureen, can you make the post public?
I did.
On
Okay,
Google,
because it's not letting me.
'cause then people have
I'm trying to share it to my page and it won't let me. That's why.
They
Okay.
won't let me do that
You should see
yet,
it. There it
but
goes.
We're working on that.
See right post.
Gotcha.
Honey, I did. I made it public, baby.
Okay,
I
Our
s-
music is very eclectic.
maybe it's on your
but
page. So let me
also,
go back.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit crazy. A lot of Jersey Shore artists, a lot of musicians from New Jersey Shore, friends that probably Larry Chrissy, Lisa Coppola, a lot of people from the Jersey Shore.
Which one is public?
who else?
Go to your page now. You should see it, baby.
Nancy Ryan.
Let me see everything. There's gotta be some.
So
I didn't have to
we develop
download an app.
ourselves
Put your password in.
around
I didn't have to
Jersey.
download no app.
we're all over the world.
Nice.
You have the Facebook app.
You know, I just got Big Joe Henry as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, he's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, I have him.
Stu Coogan also just recently from 90.5, one of my favorites.
Bill Spadia.
Yeah, there you go.
I love.
I,
I listen to him constantly with my father.
106.3 in common threads for me back in the day. Chris Rake and all those DJs that were working back before I think it went to Brookdale.
No, Bubby, it's not here.
Yeah.
It's not public.
And
Yeah, it's right there.
90.5
You
and
are
all those.
getting it.
Yeah,
Quintessentially, Jersey Shore radio to me was the best. It's what I grew up on, you know. So,
Yes.
that's good.
yeah, and the Sunday morning
so
common thread show
you
and
turn on
stuff. I mean, that
notifications?
really
Is it on?
defined
Your
me as a young
notifications on?
man. You know, calling into the DJs the old way we used to, requesting songs, actually having that relationship.
You can do that.
You know what? And you're right. You can, but it's a little bit more difficult because the DJs, unless you're listening to
It's
something
not
that's
saying it's
indigenous to
public.
the
Let me see if I
area,
could just
you know,
refresh it.
you want to run into the DJ at the Wawa.
So
You know,
how do we get her to get?
You
so
want
how
to
do
know
we
that
get her
they're
to
saying
see
your
this
name
real
on the
quick?
radio.
How do
For
we-
She
something
needs
that's
the app.
broadcasted
Where do I
nationally,
go?
I don't think it's
Where
as
do we go?
impactful
You have to go
as
to
local
Google
radio.
Play. What is your phone?
It's just a
Android or
grassroots
iPhone?
thing, you know? It's the oh, I had a cup of coffee. with
So you need
Stu
to go to your
right
Apple
before he
Store
went and played the Dead
and log
for me,
in.
You know, like, and that's the kind of things that I liked about it. Not to say that this is an awesome.
Everybody
thing,
comes
but
to me.
this
No, I'm
is-
just kidding.
This is hyper exciting, that movement. You know, now we're everywhere.
You gotta remember, this.
The App Store.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna ask me to sign in.
Never
and I
thought
have
they
no
could
clue.
go where they're at.
And she's not gonna remember password, right? You're like me. I know. It sucks.
And once you, like David Johnson, once you have the potential for
All right, now. Now, what do we put in the app store?
Facebook? Come on, Marie.
Really?
Yes.
Put a
Facebook.
couple of good
Okay.
minds in a
Okay.
room
I
with no
see.
lights. It'll be
Oh,
bright soon enough.
Messenger.
No, Facebook. Messenger is the messaging
Well, you know,
app.
the billionaires.
So find the people that believe in what they're doing.
The analogy is the billionaires.
So
will
she'd
argue
have to
about
have
who's gonna
Facebook
move
on her
first and
apps?
who's gonna
Is
spend
that
the
it?
first
Yes.
time,
To ha-
you know,
to
where
have this?
you just could put three good.
There you
songs,
go.
you know.
But there's guys that will
Facebook
take a
on my
chance.
app.
That's why
Check
they
it
do
out,
Shark
honey.
Tank.
Don't
Right.
I
So they'll
go
take a
here?
chance on other people, give them that opportunity where they start,
Maybe not.
you know, I've
No.
got a
I
lot
have
of
to go
places
here,
on
and that's how I
Shark
get
Tank, and I'm like,
through
they're
to
not
it.
even
Mhm. But you know what, though?
and they were doing
Okay,
really
so
well. What happened?
Once that's on, don't worry about it.
Expanded too
I'm
fast,
sharing it to you
or
now,
they
so
lost the
you are
capital
getting,
that they
you
originally
see it,
had,
look,
Stuff,
and they
yeah.
never paid
you are
themselves.
getting stuff, they're
So they
they're
never
writing to
kept
high
the company
Rathan,
going.
Terios,
And
okay?
if you don't reinvest
So
in
you're
the
doing all
company,
right. There it goes right now, here it comes,
I always
see?
reinvest
All right?
So you're logged in.
Once that happens, then I will get you in there.
Yeah, we'll get you in. Do you know your Facebook login?
My girls were growing up on radio. It was all radio.
Do you know your email login?
60s and 70s, the 80s,
Come on,
and
kid.
the 90s.
No.
That was out there. They were only getting what Disney wanted.
Oh boy, I'm sorry.
And I said, no, no,
I
no,
know,
no.
there's
You
word for
guys
that.
are going to learn
Pathetic.
where.
No.
No, that's not.
It's okay, I get it. I am when it comes to this stuff. I put it in and
It's
I
not.
save it and then I
All the great groups
It's not pathetic. No.
it's phone numbers.
pop in one place where it's safe for you to listen to, and you can tell your friends, and their families will listen. And that's what happened. It just blew up from there.
It's
It's
fun.
an idea that was a thought, and that thought took off.
When satellite radio came around, you know, and you could selectively pick the genre and what you wanted
No,
to listen to and stuff. I
no.
realized that
They see
Disney
us, but
Radio
they
and
can
some
hear
of those
us.
others had an agenda. You know, it was definitely
They can
the
hear
few
us.
songs
Nobody
that paid to play, and you know, and
Who,
I found myself
Facebook?
actually
Yeah, well, we're
going through
live.
Some of the
Yeah, that's great.
decade. You know, genres, and just listening to that, because I knew in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, song ballads, you know, soft rock, there was no parental warnings on that music. It just came clean,
You know what's funny
you know,
about
out of the gates.
talk about
Hi,
talk
Ruth
about
Ann.
big
Hi,
companies,
Maureen.
Sirius Radio,
Terry,
iHeart,
you guys look good. Look at this.
Pandora, all them, they're all losing money.
Yeah.
That's why Sirius
Terry.
is putting out things for people to listen that have been listening for a while.
Hello, Terry.
How you put your watching? How I'm watching too.
To pay their people. I know a lot of people.
It's on my page.
We don't even know if we're gonna get paid anymore.
And it's on my page.
It's like a government thing. These companies don't have the money because they're losing listeners.
Hello, everyone.
People like us that are coming in
I just feel like I'm not like dressed for the part to be on your show.
free.
You know?
Cost you anything.
I'm very cozy
It's not.
for it being freezing outside.
It's not.
No, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Overseeing it, other than the owner.
I'm just interested to try this.
Kind of believes in freedom of speech. So how can you go wrong with
I
that?
love it. When you did that, I was like, so I had to
You're
share
gonna piss
it.
some people
Okay.
off,
You have to.
but
First time I come to a show and I actually get a hemp
supporting you.
lollipop.
What are you doing Fridays?
Good. I mean, keep up the good work.
That's all you can do.
I think
That's
we should
it.
switch the
Yep.
dates to Friday.
And then when we fall, somebody will pick up the flag and keep running with it, hopefully.
If we fall, I'm gonna
I
make
bet
this
you'll
thing
do a
as
lot
big as
better. I bet
can.
because you know why? 'Cause
See,
people work
the idea
Thursday.
behind the radio station is, when we build a new place, we're gonna have
Something
three
you want to
studios.
consider, okay?
So them three
Yeah,
studios
oh my
are gonna
God.
house one radio
I read
studio
that. I watched
for
it.
the shows, another radio studio for second shows.
So I'll leave this up, and then when you want me to talk, I'll bring up my links, okay, Marine?
Recording studio.
See, look, it's always open. I work Saturday and Sunday,
And then
and I work the gatehouse on
we met all
Thursday.
together. by
And then
just
after that, I
putting
would come
all
to
the
you, but you're not
talent
booked.
from each show
Always know when you
to
gotta let
a
them know
big
that
event.
they have to book because
venue.
that's wasting my
You're
time.
creating a
Right.
medium
Oh,
mecca.
I always tell them.
You know,
You might as
but
well.
I think Friday would be superb,
Okay, we can change.
and you can leave it as
How many
4.
old DJs in
Maybe
there were on
you want to
radio
do one
years
day
and
a
years
month
ago
for
that can't
4
wait to
hours
get back
instead
here
of
so
2
they
days a
start
month,
paying them.
just 2 hours each.
Because they love the format.
Okay, so what do you want
They
to do?
love the idea that they can play anything that they want.
So let's get out of January.
Here.
And you can take the tiger
Okay,
out of the
let's pick a
jungle, but you
date.
can't take the
So it
jungle
can't be
out of the
Wednesdays,
tiger,
let's do
brother.
it Friday.
About money.
You know, those ear
On my
cans, once
DMV.
they go on, it's hard to take them back off again. You almost feel like they're there all the time, right?
And if you don't have the money to support them, they
Pick a
won't
date
show
on a
up
Friday.
Because they said, you know, I'm retired. I need some extra bucks. Everything's going up. They want me back in radio.
Washington
and they don't
birthdays,
want
everybody's
that.
off? No. You pick it. What are you feeling?
But I
Say
can't pay
maybe
a lot,
only
but
because
it's better
I'm
than
not
nothing.
can talk to you about,
You know, it's funny. that My dad was a musician, professional for a while in Russia, cut some albums and stuff, and gave it all up to come to the United States and
Revolution?
clean toilets. You know, your typical
REV.
Russian immigrant stream. But I asked him, one day, I was like,
TIN.
what's the difference between like a studio musician and a
Revolution.
musician that plays out in front of people, like a rock star, you know? And he says the rock star brushes
So,
his teeth and he
what
knows people are
time?
going to be looking at him all day long. He acts, walks, talks like a rock star. He said the studio musician works in the studio. and when he leaves the studio, he may be somebody else. You know, like so.
You wanna do like
it's
a 2
I guess it's
PM?
quintessentially once you're a DJ and you're used to doing that every day, and people are, you know, they put a price tag on your voice.
And now when you
Yeah,
get
I
home,
get it. You know, you want to
make
keep
your
talking,
thing
you
up
want
with
to
that
keep doing it.
Blue
You're
Angel,
successful
and
at
I'll
it. You love
copy
it.
it.
It's a passion, and giving
Take
people a
me
place to come back and do that, it's awesome. You know, it's
Tara
you know, if doctors would do that once they retire to come back and just offer some free advice without getting paid for it, I think the Hippocratic Oath will
do
start
angel
bleeding through
readings.
again.
Hashtag
You know, because it
readings,
becomes a passion.
hashtag Gifted
It
Angel.
doesn't become a paycheck.
With the Tara and not my field sister.
I'm not doing anything different than
My
anybody else.
homegirl, my homegirls field does that.
And I'm not eating the garbage.
That's what we say in there?
That's all.
Yeah. Just look,
But
see.
here's the thing, there's a group in Russia that
Ready?
was
See, I'll
called
show you.
Leonid Friends. And
Okay,
I first
so
heard it and
here,
I said,
see,
wow,
look,
they're
pretty
like,
much.
they sound like Chicago from the 70s. And I said, you
Hashtag
know what,
angel.
I'm
I think
gonna
one
push
is
this
on.
band. I'm
Hashtag
gonna push
angel.
this band as far as I can.
Angel,
Every time I saw
angel,
clothes that would
cards,
be
good,
posted,
angel, love,
I
healing,
had people,
messages,
other musicians
communicate.
that were
That's
my
how we do it.
friends.
Okay?
You know, like John Ford
Just
Cole and
copy
Paul
mine.
Veneer from
Okay?
the
And the new date.
and just a whole bunch of people.
And
that are
2 to
friends.
6.
And I said,
Yeah, we did it now here. Just here, watch this.
Hello, Gisela.
Ready?
I said, let's push them. Now they're playing
Where
in
is it?
Chicago.
Right here? Let's do this.
You don't know where it's gonna go, but you do what you need to do. If somebody is good, you propel them.
Initial
Support them.
the initial
all you
energies,
have to do.
yeah, that's the vibe. It's the vibe. It's clear because we're in a room where people feel it. It
Yep.
reverberates between us. I always feel that everybody that I talk to in my inner circle, especially now in the last year,
Right.
have this, I don't know, invisible antenna where they're picking up as much as they're putting down, you know, and it's because of a necessity, not necessarily because they have any special
How are
skill
you,
or
Gisela? We're getting ready to start the show soon.
attribute, you know. It's
I got it. You go.
it's to me it's
Okay.
it's important that we all talk and we get to that apex and we all
Anything?
share
Change?
information, and it's the way the information is being delivered at the speed which makes it so vital that we take advantage of it right now. We strike while the iron's hot because people can call our bullshit in split seconds.
Well,
Okay.
see, the people that know
Now you copy with me,
you,
okay?
around you, what
All right.
you've been doing for
Done.
years. You're not gonna change what
Oh,
you're doing.
David Hubbard.
But when you change
That's
something
Terry.
around you,
That's
and they wanna
Debbie's
know
husband.
how now they see you when you get a car or you're doing better financially. Now they wanna know.
I toured her door. I toured her store.
You toured?
I toured her store. I go her do. I do readings at her store.
What's her store?
Revolution.
You got to tell me about it because I don't know
Oh my
what.
God! You gotta go in there. You gotta go in there.
Where is it in Tom's River?
It's in Freehold. It's real close to here.
Is it right by I Play America?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this.
I'm gonna be there doing a modeling event in May,
Yeah.
May 19th. Yep. So that's real close.
We've had a couple modeling shootings.
A great idea, it's wonderful.
I do brand A.
And now, you know, you've got a connection.
We gotta bring Sandy. We gotta bring Sandy in here.
Whether
I gotta give her a call.
it doesn't matter because
Sandy does brand A.
Right.
if you agree on one thing,
Would you say?
She does photo shoots?
Oh.
Haunted magazine.
Oh. Yeah. Alyssa Lego was haunted. Yeah, the haunted haunts. I think. Magazine. Yeah.
Hey, I'll model.
She was. Amanda was a scream queen. I think it's Amanda and Alyssa. It's two of
I
them.
modeled all my life.
I don't like this thing. What?
I modeled all my life. I don't regret it.
I know you told me that.
You're never too old to model.
I have a modeling gig coming up, and I'd like
I am
to
so proud of you.
make sure people get tickets.
what I told
Ashley's
you.
doing it too.
What?
Ashley's doing it too.
You don't have to sell good vibes.
My
Everybody
best
needs it,
friend.
wants it.
Oh yeah.
She's like my all in all. Like she does everything with me.
It's I know I'm in the right place.
Everybody that's like,
That's
We
for
know
sure.
if you need somebody to model clothes.
Yeah.
I'll help.
But we've lost some of that. You
I
know,
help.
it's you know, no, of course not.
thank you.
No.
I appreciate it, Gisela. Gisella's watching.
Is she?
Gisela. Yes,
You're
Gisela.
right, you're
I'm
right.
wearing
And
my cross on like
I'm sure we're a great, you know.
Gisela,
speakers
I need
on
another
common
bracelet.
sense, but I think
Remember
we
it
could be
broke
broadcasting
years
and,
ago?
you know,
No, I love her merchandise. She's amazing. Say hi to Gisela, guys.
Hey, Gisela,
Hi, Gisela.
Daddy, your mic's off.
I know,
hi sis.
I'm waiting for that phone call to come through. Did she say what she's gonna call?
Laura,
Yeah.
as we go on the air.
I look great.
Yes,
That's
Dimitri.
me looking in my mirror, guys. No.
You know, I was born for the lens. I don't know if you guys.
How
know
did you
that or
do
not.
watching?
If
watch party?
Dimitri,
Yes, sir.
the camera will be a lot better on you because of the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. Hey, Bubby.
When does the makeup do you guys have for me?
Yeah.
What's
I
this?
thought there'd be some hair
This.
and makeup going
I don't like
I
that.
really didn't,
The
even
new place, we might
Marine's like, what are you throwing at me? What's this spongy thing? I'm definitely doing a bracelet. That's why I'm gonna.
I use a product that's just for desperate men. It's like one of those.
Aw,
dip your
thank you,
beard in it.
Gisela. We
It's,
really
not
appreciate it, honey.
even-
Doc,
I still don't know what
time
happened to my mom's
Dimitri,
watch.
could you do me a favor?
Just
Just
stopped.
check on the
but-
corner, see if they bring in our waters.
I can.
I didn't see
I ordered. Can you? I don't care what it comes to, but you want the water.
Yeah, wait. What did you order to eat? Like we all forgot about.
Take the meat out for you if you want. It's the green.
One very large Italian hoagie that was very expensive. No?
Shh! Don't tell Doc G that, because he'll get upset.
That's, I don't care. You know,
This is for my guest. It's for my guest. I love you guys, all of yous.
You guys are awesome.
You know I had bariatric surgery and eat like a bird.
Hey, at least she upgraded from Dunkin'
Dare
Donuts.
you?
I was 3
You upgraded from Dunkin' Donuts. I'm so proud of you, Marine. No donuts and hot chocolate.
What's that?
He can do multiple shows.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dimitri, you're gonna be on my show next, okay?
everywhere.
Let me see, Doc G, if Laura's available. Let me get her on there.
We could do live from the church if you guys want to do it once we get it up and running.
We'll see. Once we get the 2 new studios running, we can.
Once you
Laura, the phone number is
Say the
609-807-2492.
On.
Sativa, this way we could smoke
609-807-2492. Come on and call on in.
I don't care.
We could vape.
you
Can you enter the number in? Laura's asking for the number.
We
Go
could
ahead.
wrestle in a-
609-807-2492.
Whatever you want to do, I'm good.
609-807-2492.
We'll talk.
Peanut butter wrestling. I think we got this. What do you think?
92.
Crazy.
We're not on the air yet.
92.
Oh, I'm sorry.
smack her ass.
Care.
Okay, we're on the air.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. This is the Jersey Shore Angel, and welcome to another show of mine. My God, I'm so thankful. Thank you, thankful. I want to give it up for Doc G with Hamilton Radio. Thank you, Doc, for having me. I think this is my, 7th show? Woo!
Dad, you gotta lower my headphones.
Happy New Year to all. I want to introduce my guest before you started, okay? So, on my right, I have Dimitri. I cannot say your, can you pronounce your last name, sir?
Theodorov.
Thank you. Founder and president of the Church of Cannabis, and we'll get to him in a bit. I have Revolution Freehold. Ruth Ann, last name?
Bucciari.
Speak in the mic, love.
Bucciari.
Oh, isn't she cute? Oh, I love her. Me, your Jersey Shore Angel. And then I have the lovely DJ Danny.
Hello,
Tell them
hello.
what you do, you love.
Hello, my show is Tuesday nights from 7 to 8. My show will actually be coming back on the 22nd of this month with Brett Edmond. He's from SNL, if you've noticed him. He's also done Nickelodeon and other shows, and he has a top hundreds hit called Shaft by the Barack theme. He's a comedian as well, and we have a phone caller as well.
Okay, is this our call? We have another guest called Laura Ferris, and she's calling in. All right, Laura, please call back in. This is a call-in guest, everybody, and she's going to share her miraculous story of what cannabis did for her. Hi, you're on the air, Laura.
You there?
We're here. Can you speak up?
I'm here.
Tell her to lower her phone. You have echo. She needs. You have Laura. Can you lower your radio or your?
I am. I'm actually lowering it now.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
good.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
All right, turn your volume down on your phone, Laura. Now we
did.
hear you. Laura, I'm going to introduce you to guests. The man on my far right, Dimitri. Dimitri, explain to Laura what you do.
So, just
Real
recent-
quick.
I'm a purveyor of cannabis products. So we take pride in providing hemp for some of our local retailers here in the area. Just recently, we started diving into expanding a little bit and getting smokable flower, which I'm quite proud of. Yep, several strains, different attributes for CBG, CBD, all the good stuff. I don't want to take too much time right now, but yeah, that's basically what I do. And most recently, we founded the Church of Cannabis Sativa, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Okay, now, Laura, I want you to explain to our listeners in Facebook world and Hamilton world what cannabis did for your daughter. Hi, and is she home today?
No, she's in school.
Okay, my Ariel, my princess. So go ahead. We turn it over to you, Laura.
Okay, my daughter was diagnosed with a brain tumor at 7 months of age. She's now 17 years old. She's been through 11 surgeries and 12 different types of chemo. She's still on chemo, but I was kind of tired of everything that was going on with a lot of the meds that they had her on. She was in a lot of pain. She was a better barometer than any weatherman. She felt every storm coming in ferociously. Almost 2 years ago, I decided to get her a medical marijuana card, and I started making oils at home. I dose her through her G-tube, and I have made it a couple different ways. I made it into the fully extracted cannabis oil with Everclear, but she had an allergic reaction to that. So currently I make it the high CBD. I use Haley's Hope flower with MCT coconut oil because it doesn't stick to the walls of the G-tube. And I have not had to give her Tylenol or any pain meds in over 2 years.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Feel free to ask questions, Dimitri.
Actually, you've figured out on your own homeopathically what the commercial industry is actually veering towards. So
Well, I'm sorry I cut you off. I actually got a little bit of help. There's a woman out in California who started a really big company because her daughter was diagnosed with a similar tumor to Ariel. And her name is Tracy Ryan. She owns CannaKids. She's a big CEO. In fact, her daughter just recently went through another surgery where she got the testing in to UCLA and in Israel, where they took samples of the tumor and injected it in mice, and they are trying to find out exactly what cannabinoids, extracts and everything that would target these tumors to be more helpful. I also had help from John Marsh, who is actually, he owns the rights to High Times, and he has actually kind of helped me along the way via phone. But yeah, I did pretty much learn a lot on my own, how to make it and how to dose it. I go on and I use a infused oil calculator, so I know that I dose her at 6.6 milligrams per ml of high CBD, and I know exactly how much I'm giving her.
That's wow.
I wish more parents would go to the extent about their children's wellness before they actually get sick with terminal diseases, because CBD and cannabis can be used not only to make you well when you're sick, but it's also to sustain health while you're healthy. Basically,
I give her a high
betterment.
THC at night. I give her a higher THC at night.
That's good to do.
So I make two different strains. I have that the Magic Butter machine, and it works well. And I mean, it's pretty potent, and she does great with it.
Laura, can I ask a personal question? Did you have a relationship with cannabis prior to your child getting sick?
No, I'm actually one of those 1%ers. Like I will admit that I tried it as a teenager, and I was one of those 1%ers that you smoke it and you get all anxiety. A lot of people call it nature's Xanax. Not for me. It made me paranoid and everything else, and I was like, yep, I don't need anxiety. I have enough of that on my own.
Me too.
And I want to interject and just say that sometimes those paranoid episodes happen because you're breaking the law. Once laws change and we're doing nothing different or stigmatic than buying tomatoes or sharing spaghetti sauces or running to the store and buying a pack of cigarettes, once it becomes more socially acceptable, I think a lot of that paranoid behavior will drip away or melt away.
I was a teenager breaking the law, drinking beer with everybody else, and that didn't affect me that way.
Well, I don't know that beer came with the legal ramifications that being caught with a joint did. A beer usually got emptied out in the woods.
I was just joking around that I was breaking the law as a teenager, and So.
Yeah, running a traffic light and being caught with a kilo of marijuana are two completely different things, and they teach different lessons in life. Yeah. But I think I'm glad that you said that. Yeah.
Laura, Laura, stand by. We have a phone call.
Sure.
Okay, caller, you're on the air. Hi.
Hi, Maureen. It's Sal.
Hi, Sal. How you doing, buddy?
All right. How you doing, DJ Danny?
Oh, hey, Sal. I was just wondering if this was the only Sal I knew. Okay, yes. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm not bad. And you're talking about this cannabis oil, and Gene Simmons of Kiss was promoting it, or talking about it not too long ago, and no one knows really about what's happened to me when I was young, and I fell off the bike, hit my head, and wound up with epilepsy, and they all thought it was a brain tumor. So I have been on Depakote for almost,
I didn't know
since I was
that.
17 years old now,
Wow.
and I'm glad some of this stuff can hopefully cure a lot of people in ways they probably never imagined.
Well, there's enough of us out there that's going to be promoting and sticking together. And
That's what family's
we will
for.
not be divided.
So I'm glad you used the word cure
Yeah.
and not treat. There's a
Cure.
There's
It's
there's a
magic.
Cure
very
it.
important. Yeah. There's a couple of things like driving under the influence and driving while intoxicated and cure and treatment. These are all being
Right.
defined today. Through our information age. So I'm very proud that yeah, we are working towards cures for once, and it's word of mouth, and
Amen.
it's not just being sold to us with free mugs and pens and golf trips.
Hey, because then you hear all these, they got to promote that, oh yeah, all this money is going to this research, and we're going to cure the world, and it's not really, how it is with the cancer, and it's a whole big money maker, and everybody's making a dollar here and there off of it.
Well, you have to remember, Sal, it's always going to be a moneymaker no matter what.
No
And they're going to
matter
take
what,
the
yeah.
great health benefits out of it the best that they can. But we could still get some.
And there's
Exactly.
plenty of money to be made in the cannabis
Exactly.
business.
Yep.
There's-
You know, I need a job. Are you guys hiring?
What happened?
there's a place for everybody in this world and a relationship with cannabis. You just have to find your own little perfect recipe.
I
Come a little closer to the
Did
mic,
everybody out there hear Laura's story about the miraculous miracle for her daughter from cannabis?
Yeah, but I wanted
I'm
to.
so proud of you, Laura. You're awesome. Keep up the good work.
you.
Love you, princess.
Okay, I will let you all go and enjoy the rest of the show.
Laura,
Thank you,
thank
Sal.
you for
I'll talk to you
sharing your
soon.
story, and
And a
you'll
big
be.
shout out to Gino back there.
Thank you, Sal,
Thank you,
for
Sal.
calling
Thank you,
in.
Sal.
Laura, I'd like to pick your brain
All
a
right,
little bit
bye-bye.
more.
Laura,
at a
stay
later
on the
time.
air, please.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, Dimitri.
So 17 years old. Am I correct? She's 17 now.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Any side effects from cannabis use that you want to put on the air right now? Is she lethargic? Is she less intelligent than you thought
No.
she would be because of it? I need to break down the stigmatic.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Because of where her tumor is, it's wrapped around her hypothalamus, her pituitary, and her optic nerves, leaving her legally blind. She's a little over 4 feet tall. She won't get any taller. She has endocrine issues.
She's my
and,
girl.
Because of that, she to look at her, she looks to be about 8 or 9. To talk to her, she knows the right words to put in the right place, and I think despite her tumor, she is actually pretty darn smart, considering.
Can I show
So
the
it
world
has
this?
not affected her in any way in that manner.
Dotchi, can I show a picture of
And
her?
she does not,
There.
because of I
Just go
dosing
up to
her
the
mostly
camera.
with the high CBD during the day and only THC
All right.
when she's sleeping at night, she doesn't have the euphoric effect from it at all.
And she wouldn't. That's great. And obviously, there's. You probably have never skipped a dosage, but if for some reason you ran out of medicine, which is an issue for some people and some parents, any major differences that you saw, or is the
She's never been-
sustainability of
she's
good,
never
reliable
been,
medicine important?
out of it to the point she's never been out of it. I've really not really skipped a dose, maybe here or there, but her main thing is if she skipped any amount of time with it, I'm sure that her aches and pains would be coming back to where a rainstorm would come in. Her head would kill her. She would have phenomenal headaches from the pressure differences, and all of that has stopped. I mean, the tumor has sugar-coated her spine, and she would have little pain and
You have a
discomfort
glare.
in here and there, but thank God she's never been off of it long enough to experience any of that.
What do your doctors have to say about this miraculous finding of yours?
Well, I mean, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, her doctor technically is clueless of the whole cannabis thing. I actually know more about it than she does just by making it, and it's actually pretty funny because, there's only a handful of doctors in the state of New Jersey that can prescribe the medical marijuana. And even the doctor that I take her to get her scripts renewed, he wants to open a dispensary. He wants me to bring on board with the team because of the fact of, I'm actually a chocolatier, so I even know how to infuse it in chocolates if I needed to, infuse it in baking or cooking. I do catering, so I would actually even be able to pull it into recipes. I do want to do a healing cookbook eventually.
Wow, that's
but with
beautiful.
New Jersey laws, it's stopping me. But I would love to. Any time I could bring any knowledge to the table to help somebody else out with their ailments because of this, I mean, I recommend it to anybody. It's been phenomenal helping my daughter. And it's funny because, like I said, back to the guy that I go see to get her scripts renewed, he tells me point blank, he goes, I only know how to prescribe it. You know more than I do. You got it even down to the dosing. You know how many milligrams you're dosing her. There's no doctor in New Jersey that can prescribe marijuana like they can prescribe antibiotics and tell you how many milligrams per ml.
Or you need an ID, right?
An
You need
ID.
a cannabis ID.
Well, besides the legality of it,
Yes.
yeah, there's not enough research or feedback to find out what actually works because there hasn't been fair
Right.
clinical studies with people and, versus placebo effects and everything else. They've given a lot of attention to opiates, but they haven't really given a lot of attention to processing and synthesizing cannabis,
Well,
Yeah.
which is why we're
With
all
my-
doing this and sharing the information. Well, I'm very proud of you because,
with-
I think that's amazing.
I'm sorry,
with
go ahead.
my friend Tracy Ryan, who owns Canna Kids, and my friend John Marsh, that actually is a grower, and he makes the oils and everything else. He's out in Washington and everything. I would love to get like a cannabis convention to enlighten the people of New Jersey.
I'm
on
ready,
really what
sis.
it's
Let's
about,
do it.
I think
and
that's
pull them
amazing.
in as guest
Yeah.
speakers.
That'll be the biggest show Hamilton radio. Whoa.
Laura,
Okay.
can I just
I
ask
would
you
absolutely
something?
love it.
Laura, we have questions.
what?
Stand by, Laura.
Laura, I just had a question. When your daughter had this tumor and everything, what made you physically look into cannabis? Because there's a lot of things that people would use, like more, drugs and stuff to try to kill it or cure it in any way they could. So what pushed you in that way to, combine into cannabis?
Just doing a lot of self-research about how the benefits of cannabis are, and let's put it this way, I'll do everything possible to
her
avoid
baby.
taking Advil for myself. I
Yeah.
can't stand the fact that I have to still give my daughter, Synthroid, hydrocortisone, chemotherapy of all.
God,
It's like,
that's so
that is
bad.
like, it just drives me crazy that I have to pump her full of these meds day in and day out. I wish
Yeah.
that I could do something naturally to avoid even that. But I wanted to experiment and try to see the benefits of it and really try to up the game with it, and that's what I'm working on. I'm doing it a slow process. I don't want to overload her on anything, and of course you cannot overdose on THC or a cannabis or of any kind. It's nearly impossible to overdose on marijuana, where people think it's a gateway drug and this and that. That's all BS.
You go, girl.
So I'm trying to aim with the higher THC and work her up
Yep.
with more of a tumor reduction as well.
That's beautiful.
Laura, I love what's coming out of your mouth. Can I just one
Go ahead,
change
Dimitri.
though?
Go ahead.
Go on.
Cannabis or marijuana is absolutely a gateway drug, and the reason why I'm saying that, not from a derogatory standpoint, is that we're finding, and Vince will be here to explain it in a little while as well, through drug rehabilitation programs and MAT programs, cannabis is a great way out of some of our problems with the opioid crisis. I find, and many other people that are in my circle will tell you, that cannabis happens to be that pillow cushion when you're jumping off of the building of addiction. You have all these sane, straight people telling you, come on, jump, it's okay. We've got a big pillow like the firemen put out in the city. And you're a jumper looking down going, I don't want to jump. I'm happy up here. The altitude's great. I feel good. But in the back of your mind, you kind of need a little bit of confidence to make that jump and be straight. Cannabis, through anxiety and everything else, helps quell those feelings. May not, take you
it's a
through withdrawal.
gateway to positive, not a gateway to negative like everybody makes it out to be.
Exactly. It's a way in as well as a way out. As a matter of fact, it's the Swiss Army knife of all medications. Whatever you're hurting from,
Exactly.
we'll find a use that cannabis can be interjected into that.
May it help with
treatment plan
carpal
or-
tunnel?
Yes.
See,
Yeah,
yes, and
anti-inflammatory.
I actually even have a printed sheet. I have a binder that I've been filling with the data that I've been going on. I actually have a chart in my book that I had found that of how much to dose according to weight, and according to my daughter being 97 pounds, for no to minimal pain is 12 milligrams per dose, 15 for moderate pain, and 18 milligrams for more pain. So if she's having an off day, I know that I can bump it up a little bit more. And then by the calculator that I do, like the calculator that I use, I use 1 ounce of flour to 2 cups of MCT coconut oil. So by doing that, when you plug into the calculator that you're using 28 grams of flour to 16 ounces of oil, it will tell you that and the percentage of CBD. Now, the flour that I use is 12.14% CBD, so that will give me a calculation of 6.6 milligrams per ml, and that's why I dose her at 2 mLs, because if she's not complaining of any pain, I'll give her 2. If she's complaining of a little pain, I'll bump it up to 3. If she's in extreme pain, which I have not had the experience of, thank God, because she's fine with the 12 milligrams, then I have that option of bumping it up. But I also have it that I know for a person's weight of how much to dose.
So, Laura, just as far as obviously people are going to want this recipe, and they're probably going to want to seek the information in detail. But just to help surmise everything, if you were to go to a retailer like Ruth Ann, for instance, and in
Revolution
and Freehold, yeah, or some of the other
Correct.
partner retailers that we have with Shiny Hemp Seeds, you'll find tinctures, sublinguals. That either have a raw full spectrum formula that has your milligram dosages. Responsible ones will have the milligram dosages written on the bottles. And Laura, so you use a full spectrum as part of the default because you're using flour, correct?
Well, yes, I'm not making it out of the hemp. I'm making it actually out of the marijuana plant. So, and I'm making it on my own. I like to make it on my own because I know what's in it. A lot of these things that are sold in the vitamin shops or sold in any of these shops, a lot of them don't tell you if they're made with alcohol or if they're made with vegetable glycerin. There's a whole different, some of them, they say they're made with coconut oil. Some of them are made with different things. But I played around with it. When I first started her with it, I actually made it in olive oil. But
wow, okay.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That actually wasn't good because it was like dosing her with 2 tablespoons of like salad dressing, and it was giving her the runs. It was like messing with her bowel system, which wasn't good. And it was messing with her gut. So it was like more like salad dressing. And then I went from there. I said, okay, well, I'm going to try the fully extracted cannabis oil method, and I made it with the Everclear. And I actually made it down to the tincture with the oil, and then I cooked it down from there to make it look like the black sludge. And that's where you do the dab, and you dose it with like a size of rice piece. And that was really what I was aiming for. I was dosing her with the littlest of anything. If I can give it to her in a tablespoon of yogurt or something, then fine. But because of the little bit of alcohol in it, I gave her 1 dose. She broke out with a rash head to toe. So I was like, all right, well, the alcohol ain't the way to go. So that's when I started doing a little more investigation, and I found the MCT coconut oil, and I said, well, let me try this. And I also found it because, like I said, I dose her now through a G-tube. And the biggest thing is you can't really put oil through G-tubes because it sticks to the wall and you lose some of the dosing. So, and it doesn't stick. So she still gets the whole dose, and she gets the pure form. And I know what she's getting because I'm making it at home. And I also add sunflower lecithin into it to extract more of the cannabinoids in it. I avoid soy because soy will interfere with her thyroid issues.
Yes, it will.
I love it. Laura, I put my my product in Bulletproof's MCT. I don't know if you know Bulletproof Coffee. Their ultra refined coconut oil or MCT, medium chain triglyceride, also helps with the ketone diet. So it's good fat replaces the bad fat in your body. You start burning fat.
That's why I use the MCT, because she's also got what's called hypothalamic obesity, so that's why she's 97 pounds and 4 feet tall. So she has a little bit of like a chub around the her stomach area and stuff like that. And there's nothing I could do with it. She has the moon face from the steroids that she's been on for so many years. Again, there's nothing I could do with either one of them. But the one chemo that she was on wasn't actually even a chemo. It was called Rapamune. It was a drug that was formulated for people who had liver and kidney transplants, and in order to the body to not reject them, they gave them this medicine, and they found that it did stuff on tumors. Well, she was on that for a couple of years, but one of the consequences of that is it raises the cholesterol. So again, with the MCT coconut oil, and it works with the keto diets and everything else, it doesn't interfere. It will actually lower the LDL.
It absolutely amazes me where people have figured all of this out. You know, Laura, what's your medical background? Do you have
I
any
did this all from my house. I don't have the medical.
That's what I thought.
That's half of what she
And I-
does. She's
and-
like a sister to me. So
And I barely
she knows.
graduated high school.
But you
so-
know what, Laura? I really
She's
appreciate that
wonderful.
you trust everything the internet says, because you know how many people would read the internet and be like, none of that is true.
True, yep.
And look at what you did. You're like saving your daughter.
Yep.
Can we get a hand for Laura,
I know
please?
stuff
Yes.
on the internet. Now that I know what I know,
Canada Trooper.
I read between the lines, because there is still a lot of BS on the internet.
Oh yeah. Well, there can be that too. There's
Yes.
both ways, but at least you found the great benefits of the internet. You believe it. You used it. You
Any
can see it for
last-
yourself.
Any last words for Laura before we go on to our guest?
Laura, join the church.
Laura, I want to say something to you. This is Doc G, the owner of the radio station. If you need anything or want anything, just give us a holler. Talk to Maureen. We're glad to support you 100%. Back you.
Or me.
And what you found is not simply something that's amazing, but it's amazing just to me that no other people have seen this, even when we have tons and tons of people coming on saying the same thing over and over again. Congratulations to you, and I'm glad you got your daughter's life back.
And let's make that happen.
Thank you.
Let's all get together as one big circle, not divided, and let's get this out there. Even we gotta throw
I think
a
that's
big
amazing.
event in the back of Revolution, right? Let's
I've
do
been
it.
actually trying.
Turn
I've
your
been
pen
actually.
around.
I've been actually thinking about working on it. I had a lot of family obstacles that kind of put stuff on the back burner for a while. But I would love to get the arena that's attached to High School North in Toms River. It was like I think it's a Poland Spring Arena right now or whatever. I would love to try to get a cannabis convention going there and have these guest speakers,
Laura,
because that would be awesome.
Laura,
Yes.
Ruth Ann over here, she owns the Revolution in Freehold, okay? And in the back, we have a whole parking lot. We can make it happen this summer. Let's do it. We'll have Hamilton Radio there. with
I think that would be
Dimitri.
perfect. Yeah.
Let's do it, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's make this
Let's
big.
make that one of our shows. You in?
I'm
You
in. Always.
Doc
Yeah,
G?
yeah, we definitely got to make it more
We're all-
aware, because I think it would save a lot of people, even with this heroin thing going on and all the craziness going on. I would,
What?
definitely
Stop
think it would
people
save
from
a lot of people.
paranormal.
The biggest problem you have is the drug companies fighting you, the local law enforcement, and a lot of other things. So we can overcome all that because we are the people.
Well, we're going to save
Right.
the money. That's what it really comes down
Yeah.
to. If you want to
Oh,
boil
yeah.
it down to dollars
Yeah,
and
of course.
cents, I could probably show you on a spreadsheet how I could save society money by giving them cannabis before they get hooked on
For
heroin.
years ago, yep.
I think that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, what about cocaine
Only
too?
on the
Like all the
Jersey
drugs,
Shore
any
Angel,
drugs.
folks. On the Jersey Shore Angel, right?
Well, I mean,
Pot over
well,
prescriptions,
not even
folks.
nothing. I mean, look, take the VA, okay? I respect the veterans. I thank them for their services, everything else. Look how many people come out of the military with the PTSD, the this, the that. The VA is ready to, they're Xanax and Percocets and muscle relaxers
Dimitri, we
and
got
then
it.
all this,
She was always on board.
Yes.
antidepressants and this and that.
Yeah.
I think the cannabis would pretty much save them from being addicted to all that crazy stuff.
No, you're checking
And then
your
all of a
calendar.
sudden, the VA drops them like a hat, and then all of a sudden, you got someone like going nuts because they can't get their stuff anymore.
Well, can I lead into the church now? I think
Yeah, of
now
course.
that's a perfect opportunity to tell you what I
Dimitri.
came up with. So a lot of us have what we call pipe dreams. So we smoke at night, and we're up at late hours, and we're listening to music, and we get these reverberances and signals. But while I was on the mountain farming cannabis, I witnessed a couple of miraculous things. Number one is the raw plant, the pollen. While people are working with it, it really does miraculous, superhuman things. Having said that, I realized that we were going to need a lot of cannabis, regardless of what commercial strides we were making to grow it, regardless of the Farm Act and things relaxing for farmers to get involved with industrial hemp and cannabis in general. We need more. We had a lot of help distributing OxyContin and Vicodin and Percocet and even heroin for that matter. Lots of help, lots of legitimate help. And for some reason, we're not getting that help with cannabis. I don't know if it's a fear tactic. I don't know if it's a money thing, but
I think it's fear.
I think it's a combination of
I
both.
think it's a money thing. It's a fear that the FDA will lose a lot of money when people are using cannabis
Let
instead
them
of
lose money. They don't
my
need
daughter
anyways.
not on oxycodone anymore.
Right. Well, here's the thing. They can get involved, and they can get involved in a very responsible way, not through regulation, but by cheerleading the cause. I kind of figured out a beeline to get more effective with cannabis, and that's by starting a church. The reason why I call it a church is because I wanted to be able to enjoy the freedoms that a lot of organized religions have. In other words,
It's a cannabis religion.
Amen.
yes, not to be mistaken with Rastafarian or anything else that's going on for the sake of getting high or enjoying THC products. I feel it as a red tape cutter, in allowing us to turn every farm into a church and every church into a farm. So we should be able to grow this in the masses. We should be able to treat it as if it's an invasive weed like kudzu or poison ivy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's- I have, imagine all the parents that they have children out there that are autistic. I mean, I've seen some videos where
Autism.
right. Even my grandchildren, nephews, nieces. Imagine if they tried this. None of this medication, just try the cannabis, folks. Try it.
Right. If you want to go to a
Well,
dispensary.
you know what drives me crazy? What drives me crazy is with all these chemotherapies that my daughter's been on. She's been on 12 different kinds. She was on one called vincristine. She was one called vinblastine. Do you know what both of the sources of those chemos are? They're made from the dandelion root and the vinca vine that grows in your yard. But yet the FDA will pull that out and use it for something that makes somebody sick as hell and says it's going to cure them. But yet here, we can't even grow a marijuana plant in our yard
Exactly.
that has more
Without
benefits.
being in trouble
Not
for
be in
it.
trouble.
Could you imagine if we made a big deal over the tomato plant, where we would be right now?
I
Going
love
to jail
tomatoes.
for sharing spaghetti sauce. I mean, that's in my
That's
mind.
the truth, Dimitri.
Yeah, chamomile tea. If I went over
Come
and
on.
gave the
In-
grandmother next door
In
a cup of,
between every tomato plant should be a cannabis plant, but what the hell?
I agree.
I agree too. I love tomatoes and cannabis.
I love tomatoes.
And I know, me too.
It's also good for
Hey,
erosion
listen,
control.
I can infuse the oil and make my tomato sauce with it that I do every year, and it benefit across the board.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'm coming over.
She also does everything. She makes chocolate cannabis. She's gonna do it all. And Laura,
Oh my gosh.
I want to bring in the
Yeah.
revolution for a minute. Ruth Ann, this is Laura Ruth Ann.
Hi, Laura.
I was
how are you?
thinking that you could make your chocolates and your cookies and cakes cannabis and have it in her store. How
Yeah,
about that?
I would love to. If I could sell it, I can. I mean, I even make custom jams. I cook a lot. I do a lot of catering. I cook a lot of meats and stuff on the smokers and stuff. And every time I put stuff on the smoker, I throw pineapple on there. I make a smoked pineapple jam. I do tomato jams. I do blueberry. I do strawberry. I mean, if there's anything that you can infuse it into anything. But mainly, I mean, the chocolates. I have over 3,000 chocolate molds. You know what it would do for Valentine's Day this year to have
Ooh.
cannabis-infused chocolate?
Well, I'm throwing my
ahead.
chocolate molds.
Well,
in
we
there.
have a party here on February.
we got a party here. You want to come?
Bring some
Bring
chocolate.
chocolates. Come on, Laura. I'll take you drive with me, baby. Come on.
Well, Lauren, that's another reason for our central nucleus. Sorry, over there. You want to jump in.
That's
but
okay.
We'll
Go.
have,
Everybody's talking on everybody.
Yeah, we'll have. I mean, we get so passionate, excited. It's almost like
Yes.
a shouting match. Like, I love cannabis, but it's where it's. Hopefully, we could build like a mecca environment where people can come and share these recipes. Where we can have an open kitchen where you can bring your brownies or jams, and I can bring my cookies and peanut butters, and we can kind of swap it. And we don't need anybody telling us. It's not an I told you so situation. It's
Right.
I kind kind of knew it. Now let us do what we've been doing for the last 50 years. You know, we kind of want to be,
Right.
and when I say we, the we is growing a lot larger than people anticipated. The we is almost
Right.
all of America at this point. It's not a 57% of America has tried marijuana. No, it's like 99% people know either somebody dying of drugs or can use
Or
some
something
relief.
small. Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit. But the thing is, the reaction when they try it is where they get scared.
Right.
That's what I get
Yep.
from my twin sister. She's scared. She suffers from endometriosis. Of course, you know I suffer from lupus and RA and COPD.
Can you
It
guys
would
hold
help
up
you
your
with
cannabis
lupus.
products right now to show them
Oh, yeah.
how
So anyway,
violently pornographic it is?
Dimitri, which is Church of Cannabis, he gives me this outside the parking lot. He goes, go in the bathroom and try this wherever your pain is. So I put it on my knuckle here because this is where I get my arthritis bumps. And oh my God,
I know.
hand to God, it's gone. The pain is gone. It's not there no more.
I knew it would
See?
work. Now, Maureen,
I
how
actually have-
long has it been? That was why I wanted you to put it on before the show.
About a half hour now. It's gone.
Okay. So, folks,
It took 10 minutes.
you take a Percocet, it's boiled away in 2.5 to 3 hours, and you're looking for the next pill.
Carpal tunnel, here I come.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing is cannabis stays with you, but it also heals the ailments. It starts working from
Yep.
the inside out, establishing homeostasis. There's nothing else today that's going to do that for you as part of your treatment regimen. Everything that doctors give you is to deaden the pain, deaden the limbs, deaden the signal between what's hurting
Yep.
and what's telling you you're hurting. And the endocannabinoidal system was put in our bodies
Oh, so good.
to specifically hyperexcite that information so that we are more alive as opposed to being deadened by our medicines. We need the 5-alarm. Go ahead, Laura, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I infuse the cannabis oil into the MCT cannabis oil. I actually infuse it into the cold pressed coconut oil and let it harden up and use it like a balm.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and
It feels so good, though.
yeah,
Just
Vincent
so quick to
Chenzo and
apply,
Brandon
smells
C.
good.
You know, all these guys on the shore and in
Me
New
too,
Jersey.
put right here.
Even some of the
Here.
larger dispensaries are now getting into the
Careful.
CBD mixes, salves,
good.
everything from lip balm to topicals, shampoos, conditioners.
You're selling all this
You know, I
stuff.
tell
Just
everybody-
make me a console.
It's good for anything. Hemorrhoids to heroin. Honestly, that's
I can
you know,
sample
I have
everything.
It'll
I have
help
a
you.
recipe that I could actually
And
make
smoothies
in
too,
the,
right, Laura?
The vegetable glycerin and actually make it into a vape oil that you could put into the refillable cartridges.
Yeah. Yep. If you know, again, popcorn lung to me is a sensitive subject, and you know, introducing anything in a smoke, although it's decadent and rewarding, could help you cessate smoking cigarettes. It could help you get off of other drugs. I don't encourage the use of
Vaping.
propylene glycol or vaping because of the
Popcorn.
atomization and the temperatures of it. However, there is I mean, listen, we have bigger vices that need to be beaten down.
Addressed.
Yeah,
And
it needs to be
addressed.
addressed. And if this is the lesser of the evils, being that cannabis won't hurt you internally, besides the application method of the way you deliver it, go for
Right.
it. You know, if it gets you off dope, if it helps you from, you know, if it helps you walk and you're not walking, then who am I to keep it from you? Who's anybody to keep it
We're
from you? at
taking
this point?
callers. We're taking callers.
Well, what about more if like the situation of you're just starting it and like I said, you're scared of it and stuff. How do you imply to someone that you'll be okay? How do you put that through them? How do you let them try it?
Right.
The last 60 years, nobody has ever had a problem with taking a joint out of somebody else's hands. You know, maybe some have passed. Maybe some said that, oh, I get too paranoid, I don't do that anymore, or those were the college days. But this is exactly how it happens. You know, if I could pass a hemp cigarette between us, you know, or a hemp joint between us to explain to you exactly what it does, then we wouldn't have to have a radio show, you know. Talking is the best way
Got
to
one?
get it out there. But we do need the radio show.
We need
television.
both.
Yeah.
And we need a hemp cigarette. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we
No,
do.
we need-
Yeah, we do.
we need
I've
it.
got some at the store.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need a, we
Brought
need,
it.
We need a multifaceted attack at this because listen, I don't have mugs to give away. I don't have pens. I don't have free trips.
You will.
I don't want that. That's the thing is I want a place where people can come to me without judgment and put their hand out and I hand them cannabis. and I'm with a smile,
Right.
and they're smiling.
I would go to that church for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we hug, we cry, we smoke. You go on with your life.
I
you
don't
plan.
need church. I need that church.
Well,
That's the church I need.
and I don't want to offend anybody in organized religion.
No,
but,
you're
but,
good.
But the church is where you go to become spiritual.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, and it's
Right,
if it's an outdoor venue, or if it's an indoor venue, or if you're praying to Jesus at
Where
the
one or
bedside.
two are gathered.
That's right. Yeah.
Amen.
It's about a conveyance of love. It's about responsibility and self-accountability. And we are going to wipe the ass of society with cannabis. It's good for that too. I can make hemp toilet paper.
Word up.
All right, we need
I
that.
don't wanna-
We're
I
taking
don't want to
callers.
And it doesn't
but I
hurt.
did-
It's really
we did hand
soft.
them a,
Callers,
chocolate
please
instead of a
call
wafer
in.
when you walk
We're
into
taking.
church.
Laura, hold on a minute. As I would like to hear a little bit from the Revolution store Freehold. So, Ruth Ann, please tell everybody what the Revolution is. Laura, stand by.
Revolution is a smoking specialty shop. We're in Freehold, New Jersey. Funny that you just mentioned it was, the church and a place to not be judged. That's exactly our intention. When my son and I opened the store together, we're partners, and it is a place where you can go for alternative help, where you will not be judged.
Amen.
And listening to everybody, I feel that there's so much excitement here on the panel. It's been kind of
Enjoy,
hard
enjoy.
to jump in.
Just keep
and to
talking.
be honest, I've been enjoying it. And I just want to say everything that you've talked about, I've had a chance to experience, and I'm very thankful because the people that come into the store, they have questions, and they're shy, and they don't know who to go to, and they practically whisper to me what they're looking for, and I say, it's okay. You can talk about that here. And we have people come back in after they've tried the products, and they're like, it's a miracle. And I say to them, I'm so glad you said it, because I'm on this side of the counter. If I said it, you might think,
It's
she's just
product
trying to
placement.
sell me something.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to sell it. I just have to show it and let them experience it, and they sell it.
Now, what about for like prices and stuff? If people were just asking, like, does your prices start at different thing depending on what they're looking for?
Oh,
or-
absolutely. There's such a variety of ways
And very reasonable.
and reasonably priced. We try.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, caller, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm calling. I'm a friend of Jean's, and I'm calling in from California. And I just want to say thank you to you guys so much for this show, for the CBD conversations,
friend.
and for everything that can be done. My name's Renee Powers.
Hi,
Actually,
Renee.
it's Billy Renee Francis Lillian Powers, and I've got a huge case against the banks, and we all know that everything's stopping the release of lawful use anywhere of this plant are the bankers. It's all bankers' wars stopping
Yeah.
us from being able to utilize that which we should be able to by law use, and I mean under unalienable rights.
And police, like
And
police are going to stop you too.
Yeah.
There are not
And I
legitimate.
just want to tell you, as a panel, this fight against the bankers our country is experiencing encompasses all of this. And as you know, hemp goes back clear to God's time. And I have a girlfriend who makes the anointing oil straight out of the
green earth.
Bible's, the Bible's dictionary there. And a few years back, I had a growth on my nose that my kids were just going crazy over. Mom, it's cancer, it's cancer. And it was growing, and I was scared. She called me. I went to her house, picked up this oil, and within 6 months, it is gone. It looks like a little blackhead. I don't care at that point. But the point is, I had a son with cancer. He had leukemia.
Oh my gosh.
We were diagnosed back in 1989. Had I have known then what CBD oil does now and how it's all been hidden from us
Yeah.
so that these bankers' wars can continue, I would have been in jail back in 1989 because I would have never allowed my son to have chemo. I watched a man who lived with me for a while take a vaccine for the shingle shot, and within 2 weeks started showing signs of cancer.
Oh, that's
He
so
ended up on radiation and chemo, and he went to the doctor, and he went to the hospital, and they were going to give him another shingle shot during his chemotherapy.
Oh my
And he
God.
looked at the nurse and he said, I want it in writing that that shingle shot did not contribute to this cancer. He went through hell because his insurance was going to quit paying. He had to shut it down and quit complaining,
FDA.
or he wasn't going to get medical help.
Pharmaceuticals. Crazy.
So what I want to tell you right now, and I thank Jean Pirro for sending me get on this call
That's my father.
and for sharing this, I tell you together, we are going to abolish the bankers. We are going to abolish the treasonous hold that these people like Kamala Harris in California have had upon us, like Jerry Brown has had upon us, like all of these politicians who are in the bankers' pocket in order to control everything we do, that which are God-given rights
Yeah.
are
God's
being
green earth.
violated against.
Wow, Renee.
Thank you for, and I'm sorry, I could go on because
Nice
I'll
to
tell
meet
I'm
you.
spending-
Nice to meet you, Renee.
Wow.
You guys go to abolishthebankers.com. Send me whatever information you want. I will put your show on there on our website. Jean has my information. Please get me something because I got to tell you, I want to cry every morning. It takes a lot for me to get out of bed. My home was stolen at gunpoint
Oh my gosh.
in 2017 by the unlawful sheriffs, the county, the state. When you have had everything you love that you believe are your treasures stolen from you, you begin to realize how stealing our right to live in liberty and peace and ingest a plant that we know can heal us. When we have sheriffs and police raiding in Santa Ana, if you saw the video of the police that raided the cannabis store, they were laughing, they were ingesting the cannabis the edibles as they were raiding the place. They knocked a woman over in a wheelchair that was in the facility.
Oh my gosh.
They laughed, they mocked. You can Google it. Santa Ana, ANA, police raid cannabis shop and ingest edibles. They stole edibles, and these guys still have a job. What has our country come to
I don't
when
know.
we
It's
have
scary.
New York
Very
passing a
scary.
law yesterday to murder children as they are being born, as their necks come out of the womb? They are legally allowed to go in and cut their cord. We have cannabis that can cure autism. We have
Amen.
cannabis that
Yes.
stops epilepsy.
Yep.
How do we end this? I am telling the four of you, we end it by abolishing the bankers because the bankers control everything. We get rid of the bankers
Yep.
because you, four, myself, Jean, we are the bank. We are the bank.
are.
Our credit is allowing them to steal every liberty we have.
That's true. That's very true.
That's very true.
Whew.
We're about to start self-generating the
you.
most important commodity
Thank
since
you.
Prohibition.
We are not going to allow this anymore.
No, we're not.
Nah, stand
We're
up for
not.
yourself.
And thank you. I really am sincerely so overcome this morning with emotion because we have children. I saw, and I want you to hear this, and I want America to hear this. I didn't take a picture of this because I was afraid that these girls would end up with police all over them. But there was girls, classical violinist, and the other girl was a classical pianist. And they were standing on a street corner with a sign, helping our parents pay the rent.
Wow.
Now, I got to tell you, chills went down my spine. My 14-year-old daughter was in the car. This does have a relation to the CBD. Hang on. She was in the car. I turned around. I had $29 on me for groceries. Because, again, everything we have has been stolen from us. And I'm fighting Powers versus Bank of New York Mellon against all of this for all of us.
Yeah.
I turned around and took $5 of our $29 and gave it to those girls. I cried, tears. My daughter looked at me in shock, and I said, honey, no child should have to humble themselves in this manner This girl is a classical violinist. This girl is a classical pianist. They are on the street corner taking $5 bills from people who only have $29 for food. Why am I telling you this? Because cannabis is a war that has created homelessness and has created vast injuries to our populace. To the financial crimes against humanity at large are very simple. The bankers bring them to control everything. And you four are getting out such a good show. And I'm going to stop
Thank
now.
you, Jersey
But
Shore.
I had to share that story with
Thank
you.
you,
'cause those two
Renee.
girls,
Thank you, Renee.
Wow, that's beautiful.
if that doesn't make you cry
It did.
and
I'm in tears here.
resonate to your soul, anybody hearing this,
You feel it. No,
feel
yeah.
it.
two beautiful girls,
Yep.
classical. I mean, these girls were amazing, and I cried the whole time they were playing. And I could hear them for another hour. Let's end this. Let's tell these politicians, you don't control what we put in our body. And I got to tell you, I even say this about drug addicts, alcoholics. It's not our place to tell somebody what they can and can't do.
Correct.
That's correct.
Until that body that they have harms you or me, let them do it. Because there's nothing we can do to stop evil or to stop people from doing bad things. We can only stop people from doing bad things that harm us. And the politicians and the banks, the bankers across this globe, are the biggest threat to any life on this planet. And I thank you again and wish you and pray for you to get these stories out and to help us abolish the bankers and put people like Kamala Harris in prison where she belongs. And we know she belongs even further, but that's God's gift, not ours.
That's right. Thank you, Renee, for
Wow,
calling the
Renee.
Jersey Shore
Thanks,
Angel.
Renee.
Thank
I'm
you.
Maureen Lynch. Look me up, beautiful. I'm right here, and thank you for sharing. And we're going to stop it. We're going to come together. No one's going to divide us. No one.
Thank you. Have a great
Love
day.
you, baby.
Thank you for sharing, Renee.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Shoot, I wasn't gonna
We
cry.
are taking more. Jersey Shore Angel is opening the line. I want to hear more views. I want to turn the mic over to DJ Danny and hear what she's selling. So, DJ Danny, it's all yours.
Hello. So, 2019 has been a great year, and it's still beginning
Happy
for
New Year,
us.
dear.
So, Happy New Year as well
Happy
to
New Year,
everyone.
everybody.
I wanted to let everyone know Hamilton Radio actually has a couple of sponsors that I'm just going to do promotion right now for. Hamilton Radio, also DJ Danny Show is brought to you by. So we have Armed Forces Entertainment, which is U.S. military station abroad. Did you know that Armed Forces Entertainment is bringing their Pro Blitz sports tour to a base near you? That's right. There will be concerts, comedy, and athletic events happening now through the first of the year. Check out afetours.com to find a show near you. Again, we have another company called Organic Source, which I was happy to try their vegan protein, which is amazing. I'm going to sell it out like crazy.
I'm aboard.
And I know you're aboard, and I'm excited. So Organic Source has a mission to create the highest quality of all natural supplements on the entire planet. They believe that your nutrition should come from Mother Earth rather than a science lab. They offer a wide range of natural supplements, including grass-fed collagen, peptides, bone broth, vegan protein, turmeric, spirulina, and much more. All of their products are keto and paleo there you go, friendly, gluten-free, and non-GMO. They have also given me a special code so all my listeners can get 15% off from the entire order. So head on over to Organic, so ORGANI source, SOURCE.com, and use DJ Danny at checkout to claim your discount. Again, we have one more. We have Kappa Crew. So be inspired and become part of the Kappa Crew community. On Instagram, official.Kappa Crew, and on their Facebook page, Kappa Crew. Also, we can tell you that kappacrew.com stays on trends with amazing beachy swimsuit accessories and fine great details. You can also get a discount from them with just DJ Danny. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you. The Revolution. I just want people to know where the Revolution is. Revolution. Can you tell them where the Revolution is stored, Dan?
It's at 843 Route Business 33 in Cousins Plaza in Freehold.
Also, just because I do my tour, Jersey Shore Angel does her tour dates there. I will be there on February 8th from 2 to 6. So call Ruth Ann for sessions, angel sessions with me. Also, the store, I mean, I love the store. There's something there for everyone, from 70s, 60s, records, jewelry. I mean, it's an awesome store. Every time I go there, I spend money.
Well, that's what you should be doing. You have to spend money. Well, you can't, Maureen, you can't go into a store and not spend money, though. Come on.
So, you know,
You can come and look. It's definitely there's a lot of eye candy.
she
but-
knows me, though. You know, it's like
She goes, I just spent money.
I can't leave there without saying, okay, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. That's it, you know. Also, my jewelry is there, my angel jewelry. There's a lot of artists that she has there. Ruth Ann, the Revolution store is just awesome family to me, an awesome store. They open their hearts to new artists, to new people that want to share their merchandise. She's got a heart of gold. Her and her son and her husband, they're wonderful people. So I thank them for being on my show.
Well, thank you, Maureen.
I also want to thank Dimitri. Dimitri is going to be coming back with.
He better be with more stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
My own show, I heard. Can we just announce it now?
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Your
have
own
our
show.
Dimitri's going to be coming back.
Merchandise, no.
With his buddy, Anthony. How do you say Anthony's name?
Vince Cenzo
Vincent. Yeah.
Vincent
And he
Cenzo.
is Monmouth Care Inc.
and Sunshine Daydreams. He also has a CBD company as well. Full disclosure, we're all pushing
We are
gummy
gonna
bears.
come back.
We're all trying to fund the higher purpose.
We're coming back on the 6th.
Okay.
March,
That's how quick
February.
I can just stay here. if you
That's how
want.
quick we're going to do this. We are not giving up. Jersey Shore Angel does not give up. My wings are out. That's it. We're going to just nip this in the
Just
bud.
keep flying.
Keep flying. That's it.
Callers,
We're opening calls.
Can I just say
Yes,
right now?
please.
You're talking. I'm so proud of you. See, you're doing good. Yay! Like she wants to talk now. We did good. We broke the boat. Yeah.
Now that
You got a
it's
minute and a
almost
half.
over. I just wanted to say that Vince is the director president of Monmouth County Care. He collects for the homeless in our area, in New Jersey, Monmouth County specifically, and Revolution Freehold is a drop-off point for anybody who wants to drop off food, toiletries, clothing, blankets.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful.
You have an address?
843 Route 33, Business Freehold.
Oh, Route
me
33
just-
from Hamilton goes all the way to Freehold?
Your website, Dimitri?
Johnny Hempseed's finest.
Okay.
But don't judge me on it. I made it myself. It's a GoDaddy.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about this before we go?
please.
Because I want to know what I'm about to have. Because I'm excited. And you know it. Ah!
We have lollipops.
Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. No, I'm kidding. The candy's a vehicle to make.
Dad,
it
I'll
taste
let you
good,
have some
obviously.
too.
But it's 300 milligrams of full spectrum CBD that's in there. It is a higher dosage than an average sitting because if you refer back to, I think it was Laura's conversation, she's somewhere between like 12 and 15 milligrams per dose, which for those of you that are shopping around for a tincture, that's like 300 milligrams.
We're gonna take a call.
is
Dimitri,
about
hold on a minute. Excuse me.
8.33. Go ahead.
On the air?
Yeah, it's Laura. I lost you guys for a bit.
Hey, Laura.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish talking. Go ahead, Dimitri.
So the lollipop is like I call it my traffic buster. So it'll take the anxiety away, and then you can wrap it back up again and throw it in your glove box. Or you could I hate to say it, it's the Benadryl of yesterday. So if you have
Would this help with his back pain?
absolutely, yeah.
So maybe I should just give you this, Daddy.
CBD will do a lot of
He
things from
needs
the inside, but it'll also work from the outside as well. That's why it's so multifaceted. It attacks things topically, anything from psoriasis, to inflammation of rashes,
Lupus.
lupus,
Lupus, yeah.
rheumatoid arthritis, MS. I mean, guys, look it up yourselves. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to start using big words that I can't afford to use at this point. There's people that are a lot more versed in the medical aspects of this. It's undeniably, uncontestably the solution today for most of your medical ailments. I know this personally, but there's a lot more people that think like me and can probably interject some of these facts better than me. I'm simply a conduit of something I already know for a fact.
Now, is this like one lick you get the benefits, or is it when you bite into it, or how do you?
It starts running through your bloodstream as soon as you put it in. So the metabolism works. Being that the mouth has got a bunch of capillaries and veins and what have you, it runs right into your bloodstream sublingually once it hits your mouth. And that's the point, is to try and get it everywhere in your body.
Yeah, because it's great benefit.
Right, all systems it'll take care of. So being that the endocannabinoidal system is that communicationary highway, you want to clean you want to plow it of its snow, let's say, right? So that people can get oxygen, that you can get white blood cells, that you can get what you need to heal from one place to another. You don't want to deaden that signal. You don't want to kill that phone line. And CBDs helps hyper excite that phone line, if you will.
And you sell these as well?
Yes.
Well, why don't you explain how much?
So what I've done is I felt that the having one website that wouldn't get traffic, or Google Analytics would tell me that I'm failing horribly as a salesperson. Cannabis is too important for that. So what I did is I established relationships with a couple of responsible retailers in the area. And when I say responsible, it means that you can go to these places and you can ask the questions that you would ask your local drug dealer and or dispensary and get a real answer. To get into a dispensary today, you have to spend a minimum of $200 to get a card. You have to spend money to show up. You have to spend $200 for the ounce. There's a lot of prices.
Yep.
And that's set up
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's set up for a suburbanite to get out of jail. It's a get out of jail card is what it is. So we can enjoy a medicine that we choose to put into our systems. It shouldn't be like that.
It should.
No, you should be able to hand somebody a cannabis like you hand them a lemon off of a tree, or an orange, or a potato you grew in your garden, or what have you. It's available through these retailers and at a very low profit point, so that people can get it fast. So just as a plug, Enlightened in Cape May Courthouse. Open Minded or Revolution in Freehold, depending on how you look it up and where it ends up online, because they just changed the name. Pipe Dreams in Asbury Park, very proud of that relationship now. They actually have the flower, 3 different strains, and emptying the shelves quick. And then most recently, the Hip Hemp Cafe, which is in Philadelphia on South 7th and South.
So, wow. Hip Hemp.
Major city.
That's not a tongue twister at all.
No, Hip Hemp Cafe. Started by the iconic George Martinero. I'm sorry if I mess up his name, but he did 31 years in prison for cannabis. 5 to 6 years, I believe it was.
I heard that story.
Yep, for in solitary confinement. And he's the first nonviolent offender to get a life sentence for cannabis. Also pardoned by President Obama on the way out. So he just started the Hip Hemp Cafe in Philadelphia, and I'm proud to have stocked his shelves with my cannabis.
To you.
Yeah. Absolutely, people, it's everywhere. So just walk into one of these places, share your episodes, issues, problems, or wellness. Maybe you could cheerlead for other people who feel superhuman from it, because it's not just for the sick. It's for athletes too. When you work out, when you wrestle, when you're in MMA, you have aches and pains at the end of the day.
Yep.
Your muscles are engorged.
So is it better? It's more than that tiger gel thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
so I have that, and I still don't know how to use it.
Well, there's Tiger Balm,
That
there's
burns.
Aspercream, yeah, absolutely. Blue Emu. There's a lot of.
So you don't want mine?
Well, there's and trust me, menthol is good for opening up your pores and getting the medicines in there, but undeniably CBD works faster than any of the other homeopathic solutions. It's really magical. I mean, it's
Amen.
It is.
I am excited to share this with my father.
Thank you
And
for the cream, Dimitri. I love it.
It's my pleasure. If I could spray the world with it, I would.
my
And that's what the kind of
God.
again, the church, we're trying to get this stuff out to people.
I'm
in need for
interested,
free.
and if I can help anyway, please let me know. Right now, I'm unemployed, so
It's
I'm your.
you know what?
Your. It's right there behind your phone.
I don't want to lose my cream.
Just to remind you people, because I know we only have a few minutes, there are people freezing on the beach in Keensburg. There's people that are freezing, and there's homeless people that are out there right now that could use cannabis. Not only to feel better about themselves,
Yep.
but to get back on their feet, to warm their souls, and to be better people. My life has been changed by cannabis. Every day I meet somebody whose lives have been changed by cannabis. I was dead December 11th, 1994. I was brought back by Narcan, and I'm not dying until everybody has cannabis.
Oh my
you know,
God, my
through
sister was
hands.
born then.
There's a
God
lot of
bless you, Dimitri.
Thank you. There's a lot of people that have given their lives. This is my
Wow.
second life, and it belongs to you people. So let's
So it belongs to Hamilton Radio. You mean that's just
Hamilton
everybody.
Radio.
Everybody. There's enough love to go
I
around.
had
We just
him
have
first.
to open up. It's,
I had him first.
Okay, last minute.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
This is amazing. I have carpal tunnel really bad.
It works?
I got it from my previous job. Yes, I put it right here, and I felt a little burn at first, but I think it was just work. Right.
The menthol?
Yeah,
Working in.
it's working, and yeah, it feels amazing.
there you
I love
go.
it. I love it.
Good for you.
And
Keep my
it's
lollipop
amazing.
in my glove compartment.
It's readily available, and there's plenty of it. We just have to get our own.
Oh, I know where to
grower.
get it, my girl.
We want to be able to get plants in the ground so you people can make this stuff for yourself. I don't want to
my
be the next
Laura.
ragu. I don't want to be the next Prego. I don't want to make the best sauce. I just want to, tell everybody how to grow a tomato.
I can't wait to
Dutchie,
Yeah,
any thought?
I usually have a giant garden going. I'd love to have that involved.
Oh, is there tomatoes involved? I'm coming over.
Oh, yeah.
Laura has a party every summer, right, Laura?
Oh, I'm coming.
Yep, July 27th this year. You guys should come.
Okay.
She, Dutchie, she gets big tents, everything,
I can't
bands.
wait to taste your pastries and
Dad, can we go?
chocolate stuff.
Can we go?
July 27th,
What
Laura,
day is July
let me know,
27th?
sis, all right?
Saturday night.
Okay, let me know on that one.
All right.
I'd like to reserve 420 for a holiday for the church if you guys will allow it. Just, I know there's a lot of things going around there.
That's the day before Easter.
And let me guess,
there you
it
go.
starts at 4:20 p.m. too, right?
It could. Yeah, I want to do a group. I want to do a mass planting. So where everybody holds hands and we walk across our first.
I would
cannabis
love to.
field.
That'd be so
We
much
We all
fun.
drop a seed.
I'm
we all
there,
spit
Dad,
on
I'm
it.
there.
Dad, we
Yes,
gotta go. We gotta
We're
go.
all, we're all guilty of the same crime, but we could all take credit for the same blessing.
I think that's
Amen.
amazing.
Amen.
That is.
We could start a new trend. You walk into the health department, they'll give you a seed to plant a tree. Why can't you walk into your church and get a seed for your plant?
Thank you.
That's
Oh,
true. Oh my
Laura.
gosh.
Well said, Laura.
Where is this church gonna be? Are you
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
well, where is it starting at?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so my last.
we need one in Ocean County.
My last request is to ask the Department of Agriculture's plant study program to allow us a special permit to jump ahead of what is the Farm Bill Act of 2018. Unfortunately, the Farm Bill Act needs to get pushed forward in order for it to become nationally allowable for us to grow industrial hemp or CBD bearing cannabis, we'll say, because industrial hemp's all I'm looking for. I don't want to grow marijuana for THC. I want to grow CBD cannabis.
Of course.
And I want to do it out in the open, and I want to do it with partner farmers arrangements and agreements where they take
Family and friends.
Yep, absolutely. We have enough volunteers to accomplish this. Like
I'm
the
a
Amish.
volunteer.
We could do it very grassroots. We could do it by hand. We could even bring horses out to cut it back down again and hang it personally. So we could figure this all out. But we need a church and we need a special permit to do this because from what I understand, they're not allowing all of this to happen until June. Mother Nature doesn't wait for anybody. We need to start now to get into greenhouses,
I
to
agree.
germinate, and
Me too.
Let's do this. Do you have space in your back of your church? Where are you at? Like, tell me a little bit about where you like.
Well, because of certain legal issues, we don't really say that the church is in any one particular place. However, I do have some handshake agreements with some acreage. Some are about 150 at this point. One's right next to Ruth's store too.
Wow, I'm looking at you and I see a ribbon cutting.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping. I really want. Listen.
Dutchie, it's happening.
I'm not. I didn't bring the plan here. I just want to put it everywhere. So
I
that's,
just see it. I
yeah,
see you
it's-
very
Of
big. I
course,
see you on
no.
Good Morning America.
Well, okay. I'll do it.
Take that.
You gotta remember what she says now, because it's a happen.
I don't forget. I have a pretty good.
Ask Dutchie. Everything I've said
Despite-
is true.
Everything she told us came true.
Despite smoking all that weed,
My
I got
angel
pretty good
God
memory.
showed me things.
Retention, yeah, but yeah, we hope to do that. And
Okay.
if it becomes a soup kitchen where people can walk up in need and not be judged, then I think a lot of our
Nobody should
problems
be
will
judged.
No, a lot of our problems will be solved.
That's the problem.
I think that's
too.
beautiful.
No,
I really do.
No judgment.
So wow, whew, another awesome show, guys. DJ Danny, I want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
appearing on the show, and tell them where they can find your wonderful vegan.
You can find the vegan protein along with a whole bunch of other stuff like a turmeric, spirulina, and the keto collagen and the other service at organicsource.com. So it's ORGANISOURCE.com, and you can use the code DJ Danny at checkout.
Okay, and thank you so much. And Ruth Ann, Revolution, any last thoughts or? Tell them where you are again.
We're at 843 Route 33 Business, Cousins Plaza Freehold. Call us, make an appointment,
And tell them
visit
who
with
I
the
am.
Angel, Jersey Shore Angel Maureen, or you can call and make an appointment with Johnny Hempseed over here, and he'll help you.
Oh, so you handle both of them now.
And your
This is
website
what happened,
one more time,
Ruth?
sir?
Well, Johnny Hempseed's finest. But yes, Ruth Ann touched upon a subject that we do offer free, we call it counseling or consultation.
Yes.
Basically, it's friendly advice. We've made a room for it in the back of her store. Like I said, she's wholeheartedly investing in this both with her soul and money, and made a space for us to be able to talk in confidence. So if you don't want to just walk up to a counter in the store and say, hey, I got hemorrhoids, can you recommend
Exactly,
something for
yes.
me? You can come and talk to me
shit.
about
Yeah, that's
my
true.
hemorrhoids, and I can talk to you about yours, and we can figure out a solution together. So, and I'm not
Really bad
embarrassed-
anxiety, carpal, everything.
Yeah,
Revolution is beautiful.
I don't shy from anything, and the people that are in this movement don't shy either, and that's why we're
We're
at
going
this,
to run,
at
move
this
above it.
crossroads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dimitri.
Thank you,
Doc
Maureen.
G, do you have anything to say?
Laura's still on the phone.
All right, Lauren, last minute, last thoughts, baby girl.
Yep, I'm all good. I think I spoke my piece today.
I want to
appreciate
thank
giving me the
you.
opportunity to-
Thank you, Laura.
I can't wait to meet you on
for
July
sharing your
27th.
story, and I want to give everybody give Laura a hand for everything. Wow.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much, beautiful, for being on my show, and hopefully you'll come on the show with Princess, okay?
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you a little bit later, okay? Love you.
All right, thanks. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that's my show, everybody. I just want to, and Doc G, thank you so much. I want to thank
Thanks,
you,
Dr. G.
everybody, for tuning into the Jersey Shore Angel Show. Remember what you heard today, and just share it. Keep sharing and educating yourselves, okay? I love you all. God bless you all. And just keep it going. And tune in to my show on the 30th. It's going to be another great show. Thank you so much. Jersey Shore Angel signing out. God bless.
Thank you.
Mic drop.
Okay, you're clear.